and gentlemen, today we have one of the most important people in our city. In my left, I have the honor of having with us Mr. Stein, who is going to be running for city treasurer. I want to welcome you, hear from you what the proposals you have for us, our people, so they know what you're going to have for us.
Well, the number one issue is trust. A lot of people trust numbers I present when I make my presentations before the general public at city council meetings. And the numbers that come up are based on public documents that I then research and verify. Numbers presented to the public by staff members have been less reliable and not been as forthcoming as people would like. Another issue I'd like to do is improve our investments. Right now, the city is investing our money at 1%. We have a lot of money, tens of millions of dollars, that we're not going to be spending, sitting in reserves, only earning 1%. This money can be invested for long terms, 2 years, 3 years, even 4 years in some cases, earning us more interest at a higher rate. The longer you hold the money, the longer you secure the interest rate. For example, right now we're paying on our bonds almost 4% on some of our bonds. We're only getting 1% interest on our investments. There's no reason why we can't take a lot of our investments and invest it long term, such as the reserve money or money sitting in PEG. A number of funds whose money have no intention of being spent for a long period of time. This money can be invested, earning us more interest. If we took $30 million and we invested for 3 years, we could be earning almost $1.5 million per year more than what we're earning now. That's almost $5 million in 3 years just by investing the money. No big secret. You just invest the money long term at a higher interest rate than what we're getting now. That's low-hanging fruit. Another area is stop paying bills for services that are not being provided. We have many members of the public who've gone out and said, look, we're paying for these services, but they're not being performed. The current treasurer is currently paying these bills without verifying whether the work's actually being performed or not. That's costing us taxpayers money for services we're paying for that we're not getting. This practice needs to stop. But the most important function of the city treasurer is to watch money coming in and the money going out. Like most households, you know how much money you have coming on a monthly basis, and you know what your bills are. So you have to plan your money. As money comes in, you have to be able to pay your bills. The city treasurer is supposed to be doing the same thing. She's supposed to monitor the money coming in and the money going out, making sure the money is being spent appropriately and fairly, and not just because somebody's asking for money, do you give it? If you have a young child who says, Mommy, I want this, or Daddy, I want that, you have to say, well, honey, we can't afford this right now, or maybe later. The city treasurer has to do the same thing. When a certain organization says, we need this money, it says, well, we see what we can do, and we'll see what the city council says. The city treasurer cannot appropriate money or spend money that's not been authorized to spend, and sometimes money gets spent without the authorization by city council. And this practice needs to stop. So as your next treasurer, I want to be able to put more controls in place so you watch our money and manage our money better. I'd like to help restore the trust. The public can trust numbers coming out from the 4th floor. That's not the case right now. I want to help improve our income by improving our investments, making our investments invest more wisely and getting better yields than what we're getting now. Again, my name's Larry Stein. I'd really like you to vote for me in November.
Great, well, thank you. Well, there you have it. He is a candidate for city treasurer, and I wish you the best. I know the points you make, you're talking about trust. That is something that somehow the city had lost. People the citizens don't trust most of the people on the city council or the ones that have to do with decision making, and that is bad. So hopefully, once you become the treasurer, that you have the support from them, and then things will change for the best, for the better for our community.
Thank you very much for the opportunity of presenting my viewpoints to your public and to your friends and guests.
Well, thank you very much, and we wish you the best. And for those in the audience, well, do you guys have any questions for Larry? Please call us call A.L.M.A, and we'd be more than happy to relay those questions to him, so that way you can get your answers very clear, and you get all your, all your doubts clear as crystal clear.
I encourage members of the public to go out to city council meetings and speak. If you don't speak up, you can't be heard. But more importantly, go out and vote. I think I deserve your vote. I may not deserve your vote, but please go out and vote. That's the most important thing you can do. Vote for the best person you think is qualified, not just because they have pretty names or wonderful signs, but because they give you the confidence that you feel better about making sure that people you vote for will represent you and not some disinterested party. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Well, we're going to have a few of these conversations in the near future, so people out there will know exactly where you're coming from and where you get into. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.